everyone, this is Robyn. Welcome to mypinkstamper.com. I'm really excited for today's video tutorial. This is my second video tutorial using the Harvest Hellos bundle. I wanted to showcase it again with different colors, different techniques, because this is an amazing bundle to have in your collection. You can make apples with it, pumpkins, and I just love the cute little face right there. I use this to make little ghosts in the winter. It's really cute. Okay, but today we're going to be using embossing paste and we're making a pumpkin card. This one's actually more traditional, but brighter colors for the backgrounds. Okay, so we'll pop right in. And like I said, I'm using the Harvest Hellos bundle with the Apple Builder Punch, and this is in our holiday catalog. Okay, so let's hop right in. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with a piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock, and we'll go ahead and do the embossing paste part first. So this is Coastal Cabana cardstock. This is cut at 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inches. And I have a piece of our Stampin' Grid paper, and I just have it folded in half just so I can keep it in my video screen for you. And I'm using some of our stencils, and I will have the name of these on the screen for you. These are clouds, and so I thought this would be perfect. What I like to do is just put them over the top of my cardstock, and then I just grab some tape and I tape them down on each side, and I'm able to do about maybe 8 at a time before I need to clean off my template in between. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Clean it off? What are you talking about? Well, this is our shimmery white embossing paste. It has a little bit of a sparkle to it, which I love. And you can also add our re-inkers, and you can tint up the embossing paste to coordinate with your project. And I do have a video. I will find it and link it in the description of this YouTube video for you if you'd like to see how that's done. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of the shimmery embossing paste on one of our palette knives. I'm just going to turn this to the side, and I'm just going to pull it across like this. It's just really therapeutic. I made a bunch of these today. I'll post a picture at the end. I made some for some of my team members and some for some of my amazing customers. When you place an order in my online store, I send everybody a hand stamped card that I've made myself because I really enjoy doing that. I absolutely love designing and then making cards for everybody. Okay, so I'm going to put this away so it doesn't dry out. And then I'll go ahead and lift this up. And here we go. We have the background right here. And look at how cool that is. And do you see the shimmer? Let me see if I can catch the light. There's the shimmer for you. I'm going to set this aside and let it set for about 10 to 15 minutes. While it's setting, I'll go ahead and show you the other parts of this card. Now we're going to go ahead and make the pumpkin. So I just have a scrap piece of our pumpkin pie cardstock, and I'm using our pumpkin pie ink pad. And then I'm going to be stamping the pumpkin. That's a lot of pumpkin, isn't it? I'm going to stamp a pumpkin down here. I'll go ahead and close this. Okay, now I'm going to also, I'll just go ahead and stamp the Granny Apple Green. And this is Granny Apple Green cardstock. And now I'm using Granny Apple Green ink pad. And I'm going to use the actual pumpkin. If you watched my last pink pumpkin video, I used a different leaf because we really don't have pink pumpkins. So I thought it was okay to change up the leaves a little bit. This is the more traditional, the leaf you actually see on a real pumpkin. And I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to go ahead and use CRUMB cake cardstock. And I'm using our early espresso ink pad. And I'm going to be stamping the stem. Go ahead and grab my punch. The stem, and I'm going to have the larger end on the right. And I'll show you why I did it like that in just a second. I'll set my ink pads aside, I'm going to grab my Apple Builder punch and I'm going to punch the pumpkin. Set that aside. And now I'm going to be punching the stem right here. Okay, there's the stem. And now, save your scraps. Now we don't have a punch for this leaf as part of the punch builder. So I'm just going to quickly take a pair of our paper snips and I'm just going to cut this out. And I made a bunch of these today. I think I made 24. Took my Friday or my Saturday afternoon, evening, and I just listened to music, watched some of my shows. And this was really therapeutic to do. I've been at tennis tournaments all weekend with my sons, and so I wasn't in my office much. So it was nice to get to stamping again. But you're going to hand cut that piece out. Okay, now we are going to take this piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock. It is cut at 2.5 by 2.5 inches. And I'm going to pull out my Simply Scored tool. Let me adjust this. Now I'm going to score this up at the top. I'll move this so we can have a better view. Now I'm going to score this at every 1/4 inch using the small scoring tip. Every 1/4 inch, there's little lines and grooves, and you just press down and it gives it an impression. It scores it. So I'm doing every 1/4 inch. And so I have these lines on here, and you can use either side. Look at that, isn't that fun? So I'm going to turn it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm making just little squares. I have to put it a little awkward in here first. Okay, there we go. All right. And now I have a little checkerboard, little background. It looks like it was done with an embossing folder, and I just made it myself. You can do all sorts of designs and different patterns with that. All right, now let's take our pumpkin right here, and I'm going to take the stem. The stem, I'm going to add a little piece of glue, a little squeeze of our mono multi-purpose glue. Just put a little bit on the tip. And then I'm going to stick this on here and just press it down for a sec. And now I'm going to take this leaf here and grab our Stampin' Dimensionals and grab one, put it on here, and I am going to put this on just right here. Oh, I forgot something. I'm not putting that on just yet. I forgot to stamp the best part. We're going to stamp the face of the pumpkin using Early Espresso. So cute. And now I can put my leaf on up here. There we go. Looks like a little hat or a little bow up there. Now I'm going to turn the pumpkin over, and I'm going to grab 3 of our Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to add that directly onto the piece that we just scored. Set that aside. I'm now going to take a piece of Granny Apple Green cardstock. This is cut at 1 1/4 by 3 1/4 inches. And I'm going to grab our Stampin' Grid paper. And now I'm going to pull out the Granny Apple Green ink pad. And I'm just going to just stamp a little bit of background on here with the leaves. I'm just going to turn them around. It's like leaves on the ground in the pumpkin patch. But really a pumpkin patch has like what, the dirt on the ground. If you've ever been to a pumpkin patch, it's mostly dirt. Now I'm going to take Early Espresso ink pad, and I'm going to grab the saying that says, "You make me smile," because the pumpkin is smiling. So cute. You make me smile. And now I can put this whole card together. So I'm going to grab the piece that we embossed, or we used the shimmery embossing paste over here. It's all ready to go. And I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to use our snail adhesive. But because we're going to be adding it onto some embossed, it's a different texture, so I like to just make sure it's going to stick. So I'm going to add just a few little, just a couple little mini glue dots on each side. Okay, and that'll help it nice and get in there nice. It's late here. I might not be making any sense right now. I'm going to flip this over and add some snail adhesive, and now I have a piece of our early espresso cardstock. This is cut just a quarter wider and a quarter taller. This is cut at 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And I'm going to put this right on top of this. And now I have a piece of our pumpkin pie cardstock, and this is cut at 4 1/4, and this is 11 inches, so you can get two card bases from one sheet of our cardstock, and I've scored this at 5 1/4 or 5 1/2. Now I'm going to just fold it over, and I'm going to take one of our bone folders. This helps you get nice and tight creases, and so my card will sit up like this. It'll stand up. I'll turn this piece over, and I have a nice wide frame for this card. And now I'm going to pull out our foam adhesive strips and put them on here on the back, and put a little piece in the middle. There we go. That helps me have a little more secure can't even say, a secure piece of paper, cardstock. Okay, now I'm going to stick this right here. Look at how adorable this card is. This is so cute, you guys. I love it so much. I made 25 of these now today. I had so much fun. I hope you'll give it a try too. You can walk through and make everything. You can make this card yourself from this video. Everything you see can be purchased directly from my shopping page, mypinkstamper.stampinup.net. If you like what you saw today, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to click the little notification bell, and it'll notify you when I have posted a new video. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.